All right. Everybody, welcome back to the Polished Playbook podcast. This is where sports, culture, fashion, and real life all run the same offense. If this is your first time joining us, then welcome. We thank you for tuning in. And let me introduce myself. My name is Sharon, a.k.a. DJ Diamond Diva in the building. I'm going to keep tapping my air horn until I get it, Keena. That's what it's going to be. And along with my beautiful co-host, Miss Keena, a.k.a.
Nails and Novels here. It's good to see you guys again.
We need, what's going to be your sound? We got an air horn and then what we got?
Sounds. Except for maybe a champagne bottle.
Oh, the clink.
Oh, the
Clink.
Yeah.
Oh, see? That could be cute. See, look.
Now I got a sound. That's great.
Now, we are your new fave KC Sports Media girlies, and we're going to be bringing the voice and the energy behind this podcast every single week. Each episode, we're going to be breaking down all the headlines, the mess, the magic, and the moments that make sports feel personal, from anything from women's hoops to the NFL, and whatever chaos your timeline is serving, we got you, okay?
We do.
Plus, of course, all the hometown heroes, the hometown love for all of our Kansas City squads. So we're going to be talking about all of this with intention, humor, and a lot of passion for the game. So without any further ado, before we get into it, Miss Keena, how was your week?
Girl, I'm tired.
Same. Fumes.
We're running on fumes.
Look at this. Fumes.
You're fine. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's just been a long week. You know, we're
Good
media
week.
for the Big 12 men's tournament, which was just a wild ride. I loved every moment of that. We'll get into that later, but it was just a great week. So I'm okay being tired.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And there's more to come. What you got coming up, or what's been going on? We know Cardi was in the building.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cardi B.
Shout out to Cardi, because how do you follow up the tournament with some Cardi? I love it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Right off the backboard.
Just back to back.
You're still rolling.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's what's up next. Other than that, we have something going on this weekend too, but I guess we'll talk about that a little later.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot going on, which we are very happy to have going on.
That's right. It's a blessing.
It really is. It really is.
But
what about you?
Yes.
You tired too?
I am, because I was up just late not for no reason, but online trying to work on content and working on the show for today and dozing off. Woke up, it's like 1-something in the morning, and I'm like, okay, let me get back to it. So I had to email Keenan like, I hope this makes sense.
Okay, because we're tired.
It's 2 in the morning.
We tired,
and I'm tired,
but we good.
But what needs to be done gets done.
It does.
That's what matters. And I'm going to get my sleep. Sleep is important. Rest, all of that self-care is important. So I'm going to make sure I do it. But sometimes you got to grind and catch it on the back end.
And there's a reward
that's where we at.
in all of that.
That's right. Well, all right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it with our weekly rundown. Yeah. And, of course, we're going to kick things off with the NFL, as always. One of these days. Now, listen, I have other sports clothing, right? We know I love my Chiefs. That's where I'm at. But I love all of my Kansas City teams. The Lakers, matching Laker girlies. Yes. So there's so many teams I'm going to show love to. So I'm about to start switching it up. But y'all know I work with the Chiefs, so it's like I be coming in here Chiefs up.
And that's okay. It's cute. That's all that matters.
But I just wanted to say that. You're probably like, why every time you got on a Chiefs outfit? I'm going to switch it up for y'all. Watch. Just wait. I'm going to be rocking something else.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Exactly.
Okay?
But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the NFL. And there have been some really big moves coming out of Kansas City this week. Let's just put you up on game. New quarterback, a QB2 in the building, Justin Fields. Now, I'm actually pretty pleased with this, because we knew Patrick went down. He is on an expedited timeline for return, like really out of this world. I mean, you guys, when you have the type of injury that Patrick Mahomes has, they typically say a year. Yeah. Maybe a little more. Yeah. Maybe a little less. But they are pinpointing that he could potentially be back week 1. Do y'all know that's less than a year? Like, that's unreal.
And that's what he's aiming for.
That's what he's aiming for. That is what. So we don't know if that's going to happen. But if anybody can do it, I bet you he's going to do it. But you got to have a backup plan. And we lost Gardner Minshew. So we needed a quarterback. And Justin Fields, I think he's going to be a really great stand-in. We got him from the New York Jets in exchange for a 2027 6th-round pick. So not too bad, not too shabby.
It's a steal.
This deal was finalized March 16th. The Jets are going to cover $7 million of his $10 million salary. So he's got to get 10. The Jets on the hook for 7. So the Chiefs only got to pay $3 million.
That is a steal, guys.
It is a steal.
And I love Justin Fields, to be honest. So I'm really excited about this.
It's a real steal. Me too. And allegedly, according to the reports, there were other teams that were interested in him because he's a good quarterback, and he preferred to come to Kansas City over everybody. Shout out.
Hey, of course.
Why not? Like, we're going to be the new title town. I'm going to speak that. The new title town. It ain't just going to be Boston no more, okay? It's going to be Kansas City.
We got a lot of teams doing greatness, so...
Now, as I mentioned, we know Patrick Mahomes is still sidelined. We'll see when he returns, but he's expected to lead, and I'm saying Justin Fields is expected to lead first-team reps while Mahomes rehabs his torn ACL and LCL. Now, what Field brings to the team, he's got over 5 years of experience. He came from Chicago Bears first, then went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then to the Jets. He has over 9,000 passing yards, 52 passing TDs, 2,892, so 2,892 rushing yards. For a quarterback, that ain't too bad. So that means he's mobile. And then 23 rushing touchdowns. So he's a great dual threat quarterback, and he gives us some flexibility until Pat returns. So I'm excited about that. In addition to Justin Fields, we picked up some folks in the backfield. The Chiefs signed another running back, Amari Domercado, and he's formerly of the Arizona Cardinals. So that's where he's coming from. Now, he's on a one-year deal. He averaged 7.1 yards a carry back in 2025, and he's expected to kind of be a change of pace back behind Kenneth Walker. We know Kenneth Walker III is expected to be our lead running back, so he's going to fill in behind him, and he's also going to help fill in the gaps after we lost Isaiah Pacheco to the Lions. So we're going to see how that goes, but I'm excited that they're getting some depth back there. We also have some secondary help coming. We're adding a cornerback, Kader Kahu, and he's from the Miami Dolphins, okay? Now, he actually missed the 2025 season with a torn ACL, but he's now cleared. Okay. Once again, when people have them type of injuries, they're usually out for the year. So Superman.
Not our guy.
Right. Superman Pat here. He had 38 starts, 180 tackles, and 3 interceptions in his career. And he's expected to compete at that nickel slot corner position for us. And he's going to fill our void from losing Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson. We pretty much cleared out our whole secondary. So it's good that we've got a piece back ahead of the draft, and we still have all of those draft picks to kind of fill in some more pieces. Some notable departures and free agents. We have Marquise Hollywood Brown. He actually signed a 1-year deal that's worth up to $6.5 million with the Philadelphia Eagles. That happened on March 17th. So he's going to be gone. Shout out to Hollywood Brown for everything he did with the Chiefs while he was here. I figured we was going to lose some folks. So he's going to the Eagles. Dang. All right. We still have Juju Smith-Schuster. He is a free agent. Kareem Hunt. So we don't know what's going to happen with him, if they'll bring him back or if he's going to go elsewhere. Dameon Pierce, Mike Edwards, and Deion Bush. So those are some of our notable free agents. So we'll see where the dust settles with those folks. Now moving on to a little bit of rumor watch. We took a little break. From Stephon Diggs. We just couldn't get away. It wasn't like we were just trying to stay on Stephon, but he was in all the headlines, wrong, or indifferent. He was in the headlines. And so he's in the headlines again. We've already talked about that he was released from the Patriots. And so where is he going to go? We know that he's a quality receiver. I've always said, come on over to Death Row. We can use you.
You and all your kids.
Like with our coach. Right, all the cheering. Go ahead. Welcome. Bring everybody on in. Because I think under the leadership of Coach Reed, and everybody over there in that facility, and then the players that we have here with the mentality of everything's on the line. I think they're trying to run it all the way back. This isn't people saying a rebuild or retool. In a sense, because we cleaned a lot of house. But this isn't a year off. They're coming back expecting to fully be in the mix and get back to a Super Bowl. So with a player like that on a 1-year deal, that could be dangerous. He had a good year last year with the Patriots. This would give Mahomes another wide receiver 1, technically, along with Rashee Rice, some veteran experience, some depth in the room. And also there's been reports, NFL insiders here, that he is prioritizing a move to the Chiefs and view Kansas City as an ideal place to be and a place to win a championship. So if everything can align, if the pocketbooks and everything that can fit together, there's a good chance that the Chiefs might go after Diggs. He's a real type plug-and-play player, and that's why I like him. When he gets in here, he's going to be an immediate threat for us to any secondary, and he's going to be able to contribute high volume. Like I said, it's certain people that you get in, it don't take a whole lot of growing them up because they know what to do. So he's going to be ready to go, and you got to guard him. So if you think Stephon Diggs, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, and if we get another tight end, I don't know where we'll land with that. Then Kenneth Walker. But I mean, it's just who you going to cover? I mean, it's going to be dangerous. The offense can be crazy.
Yeah.
So obviously nothing has been said. We don't know. There's nothing that's final, but that's just what's been floating around, that that's a potential and that both sides could possibly be interested. So Keena, once again, we back. We kind of talked about this before, but it's like, what do you think? With all factors involved, because that's a big part of it. Like, we know he's got some off the field situations that we have to see how that plays out. The Chiefs have had other players that's got some off the field things. Like, is that a good move for the Chiefs? Do we get involved with this? Is it worth it? The juice worth the squeeze?
I don't know. One thing I wonder, did he watch us and see us continuously talk about, and we didn't talk about him in a bad way. We didn't do that. Like, so maybe he's come here because he wants to meet us and wants to sit down with us. We'll do that.
Hey. Yeah, that's what I said. Come on. Anybody, come on.
Anybody.
Let's have an interview. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Give us the tea. Give us your side. Because listen here. Until everything's played out, you just have to give the benefit of the doubt. There's a lot of pieces we don't know.
Right.
So I'm not going to speak on nothing until we get all the information and decisions are rendered. If he is free and clear of that, I say come on over.
I say come and catch some balls.
Pause.
Footballs
from Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, I think he would be a great addition when you're talking about what happens on the field. His off the field stuff is not my business, but it is in the business of the team. So therefore, if they can get all that figured out and he can come over and be ready spaghetti, then let's do it. Let's do it.
Come on over.
Okay, Christina.
So we'll see, because then there's Tyreek that's still like there's a lot of different options. We have people in the draft. So, but I do like the addition of a veteran receiver.
Agree.
To kind of give some order, some stability. Like, and we kind of do that. Like I said, we've had DeAndre Hopkins, we had Hollywood Brown. Yep. So I feel like we kind of need that anchor piece to come in. So we'll see who it is. If it's Tyreek, if it's Stephon, if it's none of them, and somebody else. Who knows?
We'll welcome whoever it is if they can do their job.
That's right.
That's all we need.
Well, that wraps up my Chiefs update for now. I will say off the Chiefs, just in general, Jalen Waddle for the Miami Dolphins, he is with the Ops.
Yeah.
He's a Bronco.
I saw that.
So that's not cool. Jalen Waddle's a real good player.
Why would you do that?
Right. That don't even make no sense. But I mean, I guess that's apples to apples. The Dolphins and the Broncos.
Yeah, maybe you just keep wanting to wearing orange. So,
and I mean,
it's the same.
I had to spread a little AFC friendly fire there.
That is okay.
Shout out to the Broncos. Y'all had y'all time last year. The big boys are back this year, so we'll see what happens.
Be ready.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and segue. Keenan, what you got in the NBA front? What we looking at?
I don't have much. The NBA has been pretty quiet lately. But I will say SGA broke Wilt Chamberlain's record with 128 consecutive 20-point games.
Woo!
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
He did this this past Sunday with 100 in a win over the Timberwolves, which I do. I love me some Anthony Edwards. 116 to 103. So Shea is just continuing to be great. Mm-hmm. He is most of the time unguardable. It's hard to guard. His style of play is just so fluid that it's difficult to guard him. He's, of course, at the top of the MVP standings. So we'll see how that goes for him. But if you keep breaking records, what can we do?
Right. You got to get that man his flowers.
I don't know. But I love watching Shea. I was blessed to see him twice last year. So I'll see him again this year in LA. So that'll be fun. I love watching them play. It's like the Thunder is a young team that moves like a young team. Like they're very, I'm not going to say immature, but let me speak. I have two sons, 17 and 23, and they act like this. So it's good. They're just a fun team. They have the skill to be a great team because they're the champions. So it's not like this all fun and games. They know how to play basketball too. Yeah. So I love watching them play. In other news, the NBA is officially moving towards adding 2 expansion teams, and one of them is not Kansas City. The two
One day. It's going to happen one day.
It is. They're looking to go back to Seattle. Remember the Supersonics?
Yes,
going
Gary
back.
Payton,
Yep.
Sean Kemp. I used to
Kemp.
love the Supersonics. Yes.
And Vegas. I get that. I get it. Is Bam gonna move to Vegas to play for the Vegas so he can be in the same city as his woman, Asia Wilson? We'll see.
Dang. So when will we find out? Do they know, like, have any projected timeline of when that's going to happen or when they'll announce?
They're going to have the vote at the next Board of Governors meeting, and they'll figure it out then. If approved, the league would expand to 32 teams, likely debuting in 2028.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so a couple years. Okay. And teams like Memphis, Minnesota, or New Orleans may have to shift to the Eastern Conference to balance that out, since both of these teams will be in the West.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man. Well, that's exciting for one of those cities.
It is. I wish it was us. But
I know. I'm over here hating. Like, man.
It'll happen.
Oklahoma was supposed to be our team. The Thunder was supposed to be in Kansas City. At least that's how I feel. I know we were in the mix. We were in a discussion about that. And then,
And I think sometimes, and it's not just Kansas City. It has to be other cities as well. They're looking for the community to support those teams. And I think we're doing a great job with the teams we have now. That's why we continuously get new teams. So our time is coming.
Yeah.
And when it comes, I will be a season ticket holder. Thank you.
Oh, I know you will.
Let's move into the W. There's nothing new to talk about. They are still talking about the CBA. There's nothing signed. There's nothing done. It's just a bunch of talks, and long talks, like over 12-hour talks each day to get this completed. So we don't know if the season is going to be shifting at all, or is it going to start on time? We have no idea. They were hoping, the last I heard, to get something done by this past Monday, which was not done. So, yeah. But in other W news, the USA women's team remains undefeated with commanding wins. I'm not talking about 10-point wins. I'm not even talking about 20-point wins. It's been blowouts. So they've been looking good. Let's move on to college. It is March Madness time. So get your brackets ready.
Yes.
And be ready to watch some basketball. So as far as the number one seeds in the men's side, we have Duke, Michigan, Florida, and the team we got to see win, Arizona.
Hey.
Then for the women, we have, of course, UConn. They are still undefeated. Texas, UCLA, and, of course, one of my favorites, South Carolina, is in the mix.
Let's go.
I wanted to put this in because since we did watch both men and women in the Big 12 this past week, they have a total of 16 teams in the Big Dance. 8 women and 8 men. So I thought that was super cool.
Dope.
We got to watch them live, and now they're going to the Big Dance. So that's super exciting for them.
That's dope.
Let's do a little bit of local stuff since, Sharon here, she went to Mizzou. My family went to Mizzou.
MIZ. Okay. Sorry.
Mizzou makes the tourney as a 10 seed. And they basically get a home game because they are playing in St. Louis for their first game this week.
Hey.
So if you are a Mizzou fan and you are in St. Louis or even close to St. Louis, get out there and support those Tigers.
That's right. Come on, y'all. Come on. We don't want to be one and done. Let's go deep into the tourney this year.
So with that being said, March Madness begins this Thursday with games going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So make sure you are watching, you are keeping score, and have a little fun with your brackets. Do a little family bracket. It's fun. It's fun. You don't have to do it for money or things. It's just fun to have that competitiveness and just see, hey, did the team I win?
Yes.
Pick win. So just do it.
And shout out to everybody who has joined the Polished Playbooks bracket challenge here. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited. And two people are going to win.
2 people, yes. We're giving one away for the women's bracket and one for the men's. So good luck to everybody that signed up.
Good luck. And I would be remiss. Earlier, I got to bring it on back real quick, Keena.
Okay.
Just one player from the Chiefs that I didn't mention. Derek Nottie.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to mention that Derek Nottie. And I said, I knew, but I want to make sure. Defensive tackle. He is no longer with the Chiefs. He has signed with the Indianapolis Colts. So I wanted to make mention of that. I know he's done a lot of things within the community and with the animals and things like that. He's held events annually. So shout out to him and all that he's done with the Chiefs. He's had 8 All-Pro seasons.
That is so awesome.
8 professional seasons. I won't say All-Pro, but 8 professional seasons with the Kansas City Chiefs. And he contributed to 3 of our Super Bowl winning teams, 19, 22, and 23. So shout out to Derek.
Thank you.
I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to keep it on moving to replay and receipts. And as Keena mentioned, we just came off of the men's and women's Big 12 tournaments at T-Mobile Center.
Yeah.
And it was a time. And so we just kind of want to share that with you because during that process, we was outside, honey.
We were. And
we was outside. Not in that type of way outside. Okay?
We're outside in this photo.
Outside.
But we were outside.
And it was just a really great time. We had the pleasure and opportunity of covering both the men's and the women's tournaments right here in KC. And when I say the energy was unmatched, it was just awesome. Like, do you want to hop in and say something about that?
It was just beautiful to be in the building, number one.
Yeah.
But to be behind the scenes was a whole nother. It was just beautiful. We were able to see the both girls and women's men's and women's teams up close and personal, and just them coming out of their locker rooms onto the court, and also in the press conferences. Being on what was just great for me is being on the court when those when they won the championship, just being a part of that and seeing how happy these kids, and I can say kids because I'm super grown, watching these kids, watching these kids live out their dream was just beautiful, and we were able to be in the mix of all of that, and I thought that was amazing.
It really was. Like I said, just on the women's side, I'll start there. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them battle out the intensity. As we've always mentioned and advocated for, we know that women's sports have come a long way. But this was the highest attended Big 12 for the women's ever.
Yes.
Any of their tournaments. This was the most highest attended. So that shows that things are growing, that Kansas City does love and support women's sports. And I just love to see it. And like Keena mentioned, just when you're courtside and being able to be there, like it hits a little bit different.
It does.
It really does.
It definitely does.
And even fast forward into the men's tournament, like the same energy just amplified. You know what I'm saying? The men are always out there.
Yeah.
Huffing and puffing. They gonna bring it. You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
But you could just, like I said, for every team, you can just feel how bad everybody wanted it and how important it was for them. And so, like I said, just being able to be a part of that was incredible. And for me, one of the big highlights of the weekend was that we got to record our very first live episode at Rally House down in Power and Light District during the tournament. How awesome was that? This was in collaboration with Starter. Y'all already know who Starter is. I don't even got to break it down for y'all. The OGs in the game. Everybody had a Starter jacket growing up. If you didn't have one, you wanted one.
You definitely wanted one.
They were the thing, you know, and they still are. So being able to do that, shout out to them for having us. We're going to get that episode to you. It's going to already be out by the time you see
Look,
this.
we got starter codes too. Look, yeah, we got them. We got them.
Shout out. See, I had on the Houston. They went to the finals, baby. They didn't pull it out.
Yeah, and they did. They did a great job, though.
They really did.
I grabbed the West Virginia one for those West Virginia championship girlies, so I grabbed
That's right.
that one.
Shout out to them. They were really good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, just being able to be in front of a live audience, have that experience, talk basketball and sports in real time, and connect. Like, I just feel like that was a real moment. And that was a milestone moment for us. Because, as I said, we're still kind of in our infancy stage. And so that was just, it's something I'll never forget. And we're going to have more. Just stay tuned, because that's not, it ain't a grand opening, grand closing over here. That is the first of many. So, and it just was so fun. Like, so I feel like it just came natural, like, hook me up anytime.
I got a lot of steps in too. So
oh man, talk about that. Yeah, it was just so, like I said, very fun, fulfilling experience. But we tired. I'm tired, boss.
We are tired, but we
had
a great time. We're definitely not done. We weren't even done
that week. So
it's just, we were not done. We weren't done, but we had a great time.
Absolutely.
So being tired now is okay. We will deal with it, because I loved every moment of this, not just doing it with Sharon, but just being able to be in that space and even talking to other people in sports media was great too. Learning things that we didn't know, and that's helping us, because I'm going to say this, because when we got there for the women's, I think it was the first day, and there was a young lady sitting next to me, and she said, "Okay, so who are you here with?" And I was like, I'm here with my own podcast. Me and a friend of mine have a podcast called the Polished Playbook. And she was like, oh, cool. How long you been doing that? I was like, at that point, we were on like 6 weeks. And she was like, oh, my God. And she said, I have a podcast I've had for years. And she said, I never thought to apply for media credentials through my podcast, I do it through the radio station that I work through or the school that I work through. And she said, for you guys to be able to be approved so quickly after just 6 weeks of doing this was huge.
Won't he do it?
Won't he? So I just wanted to say that because, we're new, but we are two women who really love sports, all the sports.
So new to that, but not new to.
We're not new to the game.
Not at all.
No, and I feel like we're super knowledgeable when it comes to the sports that we're talking about. But there's also new sports that we're learning, like when it comes to racing and things like that. We're learning new things. So we love to talk about sports. It's not just something for us to do because we ain't got nothing else to do. Right. We're doing it, of course it's fun, but it's an outlet for us because this is something we enjoy to do. So being able to be credentialed media in these large spaces is amazing.
And make sure too, y'all tune in because starting back in football season, last season I had the privilege of being on the Shea Moore Morning Show on Power 105.1 every week. So for example, if the Chiefs play on Sunday, I'm on your radio on Friday and on Monday. Friday we're gonna break down the matchup happening on Sunday. Monday we're gonna talk about what happened, what went wrong, what went right. If we're on a Thursday, then I'm on Wednesday. So we will resume that starting around preseason time. So you'll be able to catch First Down with Diamond Diva on Power 105.1 during the Shea Moore Morning Show. So super blessed for that. And that's more to come. Like I said, this is, this podcast is a manifestation of things that we have been doing and work we've been putting in previously on our social media channels. You guys, if you follow me at DJ Diamond Diva, I've been talking Chief sports and breaking down those matchups and analysis for years now. This isn't my first rodeo. So it's just a blessing to, after putting in that time and, all of that, to finally be on these platforms to do, like what Kina said, what we love to do, what's fun for us. Like, I could talk sports with y'all all day. Like, I don't know how many times I keep saying it. It is a love language. Shout out to Hosey T. Like, we will sit and talk sports all day. Did you hear about this? What you think about this? So like I said, we're just truly thankful for the opportunity, and it's onward and upward. So shout out to everybody rocking with us, tuning in.
Thank you.
Those who have been here from day one, and those who maybe this is your first episode and you didn't know what the heck was going on and who was this.
But you're here now.
You're here now, and now you know. So make sure you keep rocking with us because we've got some exciting things on the way, and it starts with today's episode too.
It sure does.
All right, so along with that, while we replaying and running it on back, another interesting thing that happened this weekend is we got to attend the season opener for your Kansas City Current.
Yes, we did.
And it was a time indeed. The weather was beautiful, and we just had a good time. Like, there's some pictures for those of you who are watching on YouTube. You can kind of see pictures of our experience. But like I said, the weather was beautiful. We were able to go up in the press box area. They had some food there. I actually liked that kale.
You liked that?
I did.
Cream kale, huh?
It was good.
I didn't try
But we got to check that out and see the game. And like I said, it's just an awesome experience. For those who have never been to KC Current Stadium, it's a really nice stadium. It is the first sports stadium that is dedicated solely to women's sports. So shout out to Kansas City once again for being a trailblazer and standing by and supporting women's sports. We love to see it. And Kina, what you think about this weekend? Do you have anything you want to add about the Current?
So I've been to a Current game before, but this was a different experience for me, being able to go behind the scenes, being able to go in the press box. We got to see their suites that they have, and they really are nice. Like, I would love a suite at a KC Current game. It's beautiful. But it was just being able to be in the mix of things and just to be able to see what goes on behind the scenes that I really enjoyed. I enjoy the game, of course, because I love watching women do what they do. So,
and I need to get me some more Current gear, so I got my jacket. Shout out to Cherry Coat. I love that jacket. But I said, let me get my little, like I have my Chiefs fits going, let me get my little Current gear up. You know what I'm saying? I love the colors, that teal color. I just really, really love it. So without further ado, this is actually a perfect segue because this is an important moment for the Polished Playbook podcast. This is our very first guest, and this is a powerhouse of a guest too. For my air horn, I need everything, all the DJ effects. Give it to me. Clink, clink, clink. Yes, and Kina, I'm going to let Kina do this introduction because for somebody such as Bomb, as who we are about to bring on the show, we had to set it up for you. So, Kina, let the people know.
I'm going to set it up. All right. We are tapping into the energy of one of the most exciting young forwards in NWSL. a player whose speed, strength, and confidence hit you the moment she steps on the pitch. Before turning pro, she lit it up at Alabama, earning SEC Freshman of the Year, first team All-SEC honors, and setting the program record for the most goals scored by a freshman. Now she's bringing that same fire to the Kansas City Current, and trust me, the league is feeling it. Today, we're getting into her journey, her mindset, and the heart behind the athlete. We are super stoked for this conversation. Please welcome the stunning super athlete, Gianna Paul.
Hey, welcome.
Guys, that was the best intro ever. I hope I'm introduced into every single room like that. That was awesome.
Look, I'll do it. I'll get you a recording of it, and you can just play it. Like you can walk in the room, excuse me, one moment, and then press that, and then step
just
into
let me get my intro out first, guys. I'll say hi after. I'm just gonna
get we gotta roll the tape real quick. Yay! Well, we are so blessed that you joined us today. We are so happy to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I just got back from training an hour ago. So.
Oh wow. Okay, so we know time is precious. Once again, we appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us today. We have a few questions. We have to get to know the lady that is out here doing the dang thing. Okay. Now, Keena kind of mentioned in the intro just how bomb you were in Alabama. You had an incredible career, becoming the program's all-time leader in goals and points. And so when you look back on those 4 years, Gianna, what moment stands out to you as kind of the one where you realize, like, I'm kind of really out here doing this?
I'm that girl.
I'm that girl. Like, do you have a particular moment where you felt that?
I'm trying to think. I had so many just life-changing moments at Bama. So not like a moment that was an I'm that girl moment, but just a moment where I was like, okay, they believe in me, they trust in me, and I can see that and feel that. My freshman year, we were away at Utah State, and I'd been coming off the bench, and I was really upset because I told my mom I was working my butt off. All my friends were so excited to see me play, and I felt like I was disappointed in them because I was coming off the bench and I was playing maybe 20 minutes at the end of the half. Mm-hmm. But my coach sat me down and he was like, no, you're awesome. You're coming off the bench because it's a fire that the rest of the teams haven't seen. We need your energy. You've been killing it. And I was like, okay, they trust me.
Yeah.
And I scored at that point. My first goal was, I think, the 5th game of the season. We played against Clemson. Scored my first goal. I've been hitting everything besides the back of the net, and I finally scored. And just the feeling of excitement and joy from the rest of the team, it was so insanely overwhelming. It was wow, they believe in me, they care for me. The stands were going crazy. It was just the best feeling in the world.
Nice.
Second to none was the feeling on Saturday where I made my debut.
Yeah.
Ever. I will forget. I'll remember that day for the rest of my life. It's crazy.
That's really dope. That's so dope. Yep. I got more questions. Look, I'm trying to let Kenny get in. I got another one for you if you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm going to stay on the college train here. So you helped lead Alabama to its first ever College Cup appearance as a freshman. Okay, that is crazy. What was that experience like, and how did that early success kind of shape your confidence moving forward within your college career?
Oh my gosh, it was so surreal. It's actually funny that you bring that up because I had the most picture perfect freshman year ever. I honestly I called my club coach about it back at home, and he was like, "You're so spoiled," because the year after that we finished 6th in the league, and I was like, "Oh my God, we're doing awful." I was so upset, and I was like, we had won the SEC, made a deep run in the tournament. Obviously ended up losing to UCLA, but it was just again life-changing experience, and it was pretty much the most you can ask for as a freshman. We went as far as possible without going to the championship. So I think that was the first moment where I felt how real college is. We had we had conversations and stuff with reporters before that. And it was just it felt very official. And I've never been in an environment where it felt super real around soccer. Going to Bama's not known for soccer.
Right.
We heard we're a big football school, it's but it wasn't ever super soccer forward, and it felt very special to be a part of something bigger than that, and actually put Bama soccer in a position where it was respected.
That's really dope.
Nice.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. And so talking about that in the SEC, we know that's a very difficult conference to be in, and being a 2-time All-American and a 5-time All-SEC honoree, that's such a huge accomplishment. And so what do you think kind of helped separate you from others during that time, to kind of elevate to that status? What was the driver behind some of that success?
I think it's actually funny. My college coach, he like loves to light a fire under me. Like he low key would instigate me to like try to like, just push me a little harder. But any year, like literally from my freshman year moving on, he'd be like, "Oh, we have a new nine coming in. Like she's gonna take your spot." And I was like, I mean, like in the most possible, like I was like, she can try. I was like, it's gonna like
Yeah.
better. And every time we had new players, whether that was freshmen, whether that was transfers, I think it literally just motivated me to be the best version of myself because as they're working their butts off to try and like take my position, I'm working my butt off to kind of solidify it. And the crazy thing about soccer in general and sports in general is that no one's position is ever certain. So
That's right.
having just the emphasis from my coach and having other great talents come in and just be like, we're all working together, like iron sharpens iron, and we're all just putting in work. I think that always motivated me to be better because I had such great competition and practice and training. And if the competition and training is hard, then the game is going to be easy. Like you want your teammates to push you, you want them to make you better.
Yeah.
And that's what we had consistently throughout my college years. So it always pushed me to be the best version of myself because I'm like my own worst critic. And if I was showing up in practice, I was making it known to myself. So I kind of refused to not be the kind of star of the team.
Right. What you said reminded me of the 5 Heartbeats. If you seen the 5 Heartbeats, you want my spot flash?
I'm pretty sure she has not seen the 5
Heartbeats. I haven't.
Got it. That's Gianna. That's a really good movie. It is such a good movie.
Gianna, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. My son is 23. He has never seen the 5 Heartbeats.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good, it's a it movie.
It is.
It is a good movie. It's so good. It is.
I'm sure if I ask my mom, she's probably seen it.
Yes, I know that your mama know. And she know that you want my spot flash?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't gonna get it.
So that's exactly what it was.
That's
what it was. I'm sure
she gonna watch it now.
Yes. So along with that, I know we've talked about your collegiate career and how dope you were in that space, transitioning into the professional space from college. Can you talk about that? Like, what has that transition been into the National Women's Soccer League, and what's been your biggest adjustment thus far?
I think, honestly, even being here, signing a contract to be in the league itself is an accomplishment. It's obviously very few and far between. So that was, at the moment when I signed my first contract, I was like, wow, like this is, I truly was just like one of those like humble, grateful moments where I was like, I accomplished a childhood dream. Like it felt very full circle. And then you actually have to be in the environment and play in the environment. And it's the most competitive experience ever. I literally picked the best team in the league,
Hey, I agree. I agree.
Yes, exactly. I wanted to be in a position where I'd be challenged and just not only as a person, but as a player, just be in an environment where I'd bring out the best versions of my soccer self. And I know growing up, like I'm not the most technical player. Like I'm not like known for that, but I think being in an experience like this and having such crafty players like Deb, having such crafty players like Lo, like it forces you to be, again, like the best version of yourself. The IDP and the development here is just, it's world class. It's truly the best environment I could have been in. And I think I'm forced to be that awesome version of myself every day, whether it's like showing up, having a bad practice is frustrating. But I think, again, just putting your best foot forward for the team around you is the most important thing. And I think doing that and just like forcing myself to be great, even when I'm feeling off, it makes me so much better. And like, again, the girls are just incredible. So it's like, you can't even afford to have a bad day because you have such great ability around you that, well, they'll pick you back up, but they'll also let you know you got it.
Right. Get it together. That's so dope. And that's so awesome to hear about the organization in general, that it's just world class. I tend to think that Kansas City is a world class hub for sports in general. We've got some of the best sports teams in the country, in my opinion. So that's really dope to hear that the Current is doing it big that way. And so with that, that is actually a perfect segue to the next question I was going to ask you, because Kansas City, I feel like we've really embraced women's sports lately. Like I said, with the CPKC Stadium being the first stadium that's dedicated to women's sports in the world. And what has that been? Like I said, joining a club like the Current, you kind of spoke to it in terms of it being a world-class organization, but how much of that support and momentum behind it has kind of helped drive you and your excitement for being here in Kansas City?
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Like it seriously was a big factor in me coming here in the first place. Like just knowing how much money has been invested into the program of women's soccer, it's almost emotional because like at least like going to college at Bama, not known for soccer, and we had great resources, like not to even downplay it, like nutritionists, athletic trainers, support staff, like everyone from top to bottom, just incredible. But when you come here, it's seriously next level. And there's little things that you don't even think of that they are thinking about that you're like, wow, that makes my life so much easier. The surface, the pitch, clothing, gear, like it's seriously down to a science here. And you can tell from, like, again, top to bottom, that they truly care. And I think that comes from an ownership standpoint. I think that comes from a coaching standpoint. And again, like all the support staff, just people that you don't even realize play such a big role into it, affect day to day all of the time. And I think it's made the transition way easier too. I think we were talking about it in preseason. We had so much free time, but it was such organized free time. It's like they wrote it out, they read it out. It's again down to a science. Like even when we are in training, like you have like people like with the equipment and gear sprinting to do stuff. And it's like at the college level, like we had to ask our managers to move nets and pay attention and care about the balls and stuff. But it has seriously, like, again, just made me a better player, because it's like how much everyone cares and how much everyone is bought in. You can feel it. You can feel it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
important.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's very important. And then I do have one more question for you before I turn it to my girl, Keena. So this is for all the girls that look like us. I want to know, if your younger self, the kid who first fell in love with soccer and wanting to play professional sports, if she could see herself signing a professional contract and playing in the NWSL, what do you think she would say?
Little Gianna would be so happy. But I love this question because I kind of tend to say this a lot. Little Gianna would be very happy, but she wouldn't be surprised.
That's right.
I have known since I could even fathom that this was a concept for me, that pro soccer was a thing that I could do, that I wanted to do it. I want to say I was around 7 or 8. Like I was pretty young when I decided this is what I want to do, and told my mom, she was like, you want to take this serious? We'll go to a club team. Like we'll get you on a travel team. She was like, this is what you want to do. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And that woman sacrificed everything she possibly could to make it so this is my dream. And I think I just try and invest as much of myself into it because I want to make her proud. But little Gianna would not be surprised because I had such lofty goals for myself. And obviously, job not done, job not even close to finished, but it feels very rewarding to be in the space that you once prayed about. So I feel like every single day that I exist, I live in gratitude because this is a childhood dream, and I'm doing it. Crazy.
That actually brought tears to my eyes. That's beautiful. Yeah. And I love that. I love the balance of the humbleness versus still confident in knowing who you are called to be, who you were chosen to be, and what God made you for, and walking in that purpose. So I absolutely love that. You can balance between knowing I got this, but also being humble. That's awesome. I literally have tears. So I'm gonna let Keena get it. Like, give me a little Kleenex. I got Kleenex in my little pocket.
It's all right. It's all right. Let 1, 2, 3, release them, girl. Get them out. Yeah.
I'm always emotional. So
she is. So let's move on. But since we're on the topic of confidence, Saturday was a huge moment, and it was so special to watch you step out onto that stage with that much confidence. So with that being said, what was going through your mind when you made your professional debut, and how did it feel to walk off the field with a win?
Oh my gosh, I was freaking out. Like the entire time I was sitting on the bench, like our strength coach kept like reaching out. He was like, just like, be ready. And I was like, okay, like I'll be ready. I was really excited because my mom, my little sister was there, and I like obviously wanted them, if they were going to fly all the way out to Kansas City from Long Island, to see me actually play. My mom the night before was like, don't get your hopes up. She was like, you've worked for this, but she was like, if it ends up not being your day to make your debut, that's fine. She was like, I'm here to cheer you on. The text she sent me before the game, like I actually like cried. Like she was just so proud of me. She basically said, and I've known this forever, like she doesn't cheer at my games because she gets so nervous. Like she freaks out. She's super emotionally invested. So like she actually gets like very nervous to cheer. And she was like, today I'll cheer you on. She was like, I'm your biggest supporter no matter what. And she was like, I'm here for you. Even if you don't play, she was like, you deserve this kind of thing. And I was like, okay, like had great, like my girlfriend reached out. She sent me flowers the morning before. I was like, okay, this is awesome. I was like, everyone's in my corner. I was really nervous. I didn't want to let anyone down. And I knew a lot of my friends would be watching at home. And I was like, okay, like I'll be fine if I don't play, but I'd really love to get a couple minutes. Like we'll see what happens. And they were like, gee, like get ready. And I was like, okay. Like I was like,
this is it.
But I'm freaking out. And yeah, they gave me like my little bit of guidance, like just do this, this, and that when you get on the field. I was like, okay, got it. Chris was like, run at the back line. He's like, put them under pressure. That's what we want you out there for. And I was like, okay, got it. So when Allie was coming over, when they were making the substitution, I was just trying to take it all in, just like, again, like stop and smell the roses for a second. And just like the stadium, the environment, like how loud everyone was when I was on the field. I was like, this is like a moment that I've been like waiting my entire life for. And I was like, again, just a moment that I'll very much cherish forever. But single-handedly, the most surreal moment of my life. My mom, like I was like blacked out. Like I was like in the moment, but I was not in the moment. I was trying to just do my thing without thinking too hard about it. And I think that's what I did at soccer, but it was just surreal. Like I could not imagine that this is a space that I'm finally in, because again, just been praying for this moment forever, and it finally happened. So walking off the field with the win, like even me contributing like 5 minutes of work, like it feels like such a team collective win.
Yes.
Even the girls on the bench that didn't play, for everyone in the stands that weren't dressed, like everyone, you could just feel the atmosphere was incredible, and everyone felt so much like a big part of it. And like again, like even if I was a small bit of it, like it felt so special, especially being in the environment. That stadium is just incredible. Like I couldn't ask for a better debut. It was insane.
Yeah, it was rocking that day. It was packed.
Sold out.
It was great. All right. Well, speaking of the field and the game, let's talk about some vibes. Let's talk about who you are before the game. So we know we love getting into the full vibe of who a player is on and off field, and music says a lot about a person. What's on your pregame playlist right now, and what songs or artists do you use to get locked in before a match?
Okay, I have a few. Like I'm kind of crazy with music. Like I definitely love my hard hip hop before games. I'm not someone that can like listen to calm stuff. I had a lot of friends that would like listen to gospel, listen to like literally like laid back, relaxed music, because they like need to get in an environment where they're cooled out. Like I need to get so like,
right.
My like go-to game day song, like everyone in my life that knows me knows this song, because I know it word for word, bar for bar, like gun to my head, like I'm making it home kind of thing. Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
Of course.
Game day song. Like
that's a good one.
Word for word, like as soon as that song comes on, like I get in the zone. It was like ever since like sophomore year of high school, like the first club, not the first club team, but my most recent one, Sousa. One of the girls like played it at a game, like before a game, and like we just made it a thing for our team to always listen to that song. And I carried that into college. So like everyone knew, like as soon as I have my headphones on in college, like don't talk.
That's what you got. Yep.
That is my one song that I need to listen to before every single game. Like I have to. First Day Out by T Grizzly. I feel that's like a classic. Like,
another one.
Again, like need that song to be played. Like I'm a big Drake girl. I am a Drake defender.
I love me some Drake too. Yeah.
Anything Drake, anything old school Drake from Take Care, that kind of stuff. I love. Weirdly on like game day. Sorry, I literally just started playing music right now. Like Nicki Minaj. A little more casual fan with her recent antics, but yeah.
Right. I know. Yeah. She kind of blew it
right now, but yeah. Still love her. Migos. Just like any like hard 2016 rap, like I love, especially.
Okay. So we're gonna have Keena hit you with the intro. She's gonna announce you, and then I'm gonna come through on the beats. Yeah, you know I DJ.
She's a DJ,
I got you. Dreams and Nightmares. I got you.
That is perfect. I could come in with the intro, and then the music drops, and you just walk on in the room.
Exactly.
That works.
That's my dream. That's how I need to walk into every single space ever.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get into something that is really me. Okay, so we're gonna get in these questions. So you give off the energy of someone who's always learning and exploring new things, and I love that. Plus, I hear that you are a super reader like myself.
What? Books, child.
We'll talk about that in a minute. What books are you currently reading, and what pulled you into those books?
I am in. Let me whip out my Goodreads. Actually,
that's what I'm talking about.
I am a big Goodreads girl. We made like a little group with like 4 or 5 of us on the team that we look at each other's books and stuff. I was like, I need everyone's Goodreads, because like I actually I can't even get a book without checking the Goodreads first. Like I actually have to. I'm not huge into adventure, but I recently started reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, which it's like a series of like 20 books. Like there's a bunch of books. Read the first one of that. I'm like kind of in the middle of it. I'm like kind of DNR. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. It's pretty good. Yeah. let's see, what did I just read? I just finished a book from Colleen Hoover. I'm not a huge Coho fan. Like, I'm more of a casual fan of her. That was Woman Down. I love Frida McFadden. Big on her. Love thrillers. Love anything like kind of horror books. She has a lot that I've read. I've probably read like 20 of hers. But my favorite book that I've ever read, and like kind of like what got me back into reading, was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Such a good book. Seriously, just so well written, and like I didn't even know what to expect. I just heard like someone was like, read it, you're gonna love it. I actually could not put it down. Read it in like 2 days. Anything from Taylor Jenkins Reid, I love her. Such a great author. The way that she articulates her words, like I wish I could write that well. Like she's incredible.
Yeah, that was an amazing book. And I remember somebody recommended to me, and I'm also a cover snob. So I looked at this and said, I'm not reading this. Like, what is this? And I could not put that book. And that's very true about Taylor Jenkins Reid. Like, all atmosphere was amazing. Everything is tea with her. So
yeah. So did you ever what book was it? She has so many that I love. Wait, let me check. Again, like need my Goodreads. Six.
Which one?
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Amazing.
So good. So good.
Amazing. Look, Sharon's like, I don't know nothing about none of this.
You know, I used to be a reader back in my younger day, but I'm not even going to hold y'all. I had fell by the wayside. I couldn't tell you. But Keena, that's why I said, this is her jam. Like, she loves the books. And it's incredible how many books that she's read in a year.
How many did you read last year? Did you have a goal?
I had a goal. I surpassed that goal with 123.
What was it?
I read 123 books last year.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That was I said, are you kidding me? That's insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so impressed. I read like 25 last year. And
that's
I was like,
beautiful. That's
amazing. That's
incredible.
I always tell people with reading, like, I'm busy, but I'm going to make time for it, whether it's an audiobook, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a physical copy. I'm going to make time for it because it's my escape.
That's what you love to do. Yep.
It's my escape from reality. And not that, like I said before, my reality is great. But if I want to take myself out of it, I love to just sit down with a good book.
Yeah, my mom is big on audiobooks. I like reading it more physically on the page because I feel like it's like it feels more special when you can.
Yes, that's how I like reading too.
Yeah,
I just like the messing with the book.
Do you read more than one book at a time?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I am a multi-book reader. I feel like I want to get into something else because I'll be bored for a sec and then it'll motivate me to go back to the book. But yeah.
You're a mood reader like me, and that's fine.
And I also like my mom, like over the summer, we have like a really nice public library like on Long Island by me. But she was like, why don't you just like get your library card renewed? And I was like, no. Like I was like, I don't want to. Like I like having I was like, I like going to the book. I love going to the bookstore. I love browsing books. Like I love like for me, like I have so many, like they're like my little trophies. Like I love having them sitting out. And like the apartment that we just moved into, like I don't have a space to like display them yet. But I was like, I want some floating shelves so I can put my books up. I love seeing that.
So I'm gonna ask you, this has nothing to do with the question on here, but it has to do with the books. Have you read Daggermouth yet?
I haven't. Who's it by?
H.M. Wolf. It's a very good. I was not going to read it just because I was like, I don't really read dystopian books. But
I'm not huge into that.
I couldn't put it down.
Love it.
I could not put it down. And it's by a Black woman, so I was
love that.
Yeah. So it was good. So I'm leave that as a recommendation for you.
Any recs, like I love it. Like I take book recommendations serious.
Yeah.
I'm writing that one down.
We be reading, okay? We
know.
read over here. So I only have a couple more questions. We love showing the queen behind the athlete because fans connect with that just as much as the on the field moments. Outside of reading, what are some of your favorite things to do when you actually have a little bit of free time?
I'm trying to think. I'm a huge bed rotter, so I'm like, what do I do besides that? Our rookie class, it's 4 or 5 of us. We're all really close. So we'll hang out, we'll play board games, make dinner together. I'm a big female friend girl. I value my female friendships pretty highly. And again, just having a group, like our rookie class is like very diverse. My mom, I remember like when she was like looking at the girls that were signing along with me, she's like, wow, you have like a good group of like Black girls. And I was like, I know, I'm super excited. It's definitely different than any experience I've ever had. Cause again, growing up on Long Island, not a lot of Black girls playing the sport, and if they were really good, there's maybe one on a team. And I was always that token one. So it feels so rewarding to be in a space where there's always also so many other Black girls that are doing the exact same thing as you. Like is possible. But we hang out pretty much every single day. If I'm not doing that, I've been big into cooking recently too. I'm trying to get into cooking. My mom was nervous when I got to college that I wasn't going to survive because she was like,
"What you gonna do?"
And my mom loves a good home cooked meal, so I was like, I'm definitely missing that. But have a great kitchen here and have a great roommate too. So we'll cook together, make a lot of dinners. Even tonight, like Alexander's making a sourdough pizzas, which is going to be really fun. We're excited for that. But yeah, I've been into cooking. Yeah, I'm a big bedrock girl. So watching TV, love YouTube, love reading, but pretty simple. Like we're not in a great experience, like area for like hiking and stuff. And like when I'm at home, like on Long Island, like I love going to the beach, going on hikes on the beach, but can't do too much of that yet. So I'm like waiting for it to get warm until I can like go more. But yeah. I love being outside.
Outdoors.
Okay. Love tanning. So when it's 80 degrees on Friday,
I'm gonna lay out, okay?
Right.
And I just have one last question. I'm gonna end with your heart on this question. We've heard how close you and your mom are, and that kind of foundation can shape everything personally and professionally, especially in a young woman's life. What are some of the lessons she's passed down to you and your little sister that continue to guide you today?
Oh my gosh, she is seriously the most influential woman ever. We actually have matching tattoos. Of like the beach and the sun, because it's like the first spot that we ever really bonded was the beach. And then I also have tattooed on me, everything happens for a reason. And that is like it's obviously one of those like super cliches, very taboo phrases where like everyone knows it. It's like everyone hears it. It kind of goes in one ear out the other, but it's seriously something that I have like adopted into like my everyday living. I remember, this is such a random story, but in 8th grade, I went through like a friend breakup kind of thing. And it was seriously like, at that time, it felt like the worst thing I'd ever gone through. At that time. Looking back on it, not that serious. But to me, I was super emotional, very upset about that. And I remember she was just like, Gianna, like, she was like, this is happening for a reason. Like, everything happens for a reason. She was like, you'll find your people. Just take your time, be patient. You'll find your people. And like the year after that, it was perfectly fine. The girls ended up apologizing. It wasn't that big of a deal. But like to get through that, I needed to hear those words and just like hear that it was going to be okay. And like, I was in the space existing right now for a reason. And just using that in my everyday life, kind of every single moment that's ever happened, everything you've ever gone through, anyone you've ever met, it happened so you are where you are right now. And I think I use that at the pro level, I use that at the college level, just like understanding that you're in this environment because you're supposed to be. And like, even if it feels wrong, like you wouldn't be here if it wasn't right, you know? And she kind of reiterates that to me, kind of living a life with no regrets. So just kind of going forward, like that kind of guidance is stuff that I need to hear. I'm very big on like, if someone tells me a phrase, like I like adopt it, like I truly like make it my identity. And that's one of those things like you can ask anyone, like I live by that. Like everything does happen for a reason. And again, like I said before, like my mom has sacrificed so much for me and my little sister, single mom, kind of doing stuff on her own for as long as I can remember. Dad's been in and out of the picture, never super helpful. If anything, has made her life living hell, but she has persisted, like regardless of all of that. She's one of those people that you like look at and you're like, wow, regardless of everything that you've gone through, you have still stayed incredibly strong. And again, like if I could be half the woman that she is, like I'll feel successful. She is seriously like my biggest role model. She's an amazing person. I'm so happy she was able to come this weekend too, because she wasn't sure if it was going to work out. And then her and Ronnie got the flight to get here. I was so happy they got to play. She was telling me like when I was subbing onto the field, she made my little sister record, but she was like, Gianna, she was like, I was freaking out. She was like, I was like crying. She's like, I couldn't record, but she was like, I was screaming my lungs out. I was like losing it. I was like, I'm so happy. I love having her here. And like, I'm excited for us to go to Gotham too, because I know she'll be able to go to that one too.
Yeah.
Away from me, but just great woman, hardworking, puts her head down and gets it done kind of thing. And again, just super proud of everything she does.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Aww.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to your mom.
I know. I just love this. This was such a great thing. I don't know. This is how I always get.
You're emotional.
He was laughing at me.
But
I do.
But
this is just awesome.
This has been amazing. Just talking to you as moms ourselves. We hope that our kids say those nice things about us.
Yes. She's amazing. Like any chance I get to talk about her, like I love it. She's great.
And then she did her job. And it
Yeah,
looks like
she
she's
did.
done her job very
She
well.
raised a winner.
Despite of any type of roadblocks or anything like
Mhm.
that, you are a testament to that. And I know she is super
So proud.
of you.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell her to go watch this podcast after. She's gonna.
Yes,
watch
I'm saying that was the perfect tribute. Like, you can show it to her on Mother's Day. Be like, Mama,
Look,
like, this is the card right here, right?
this is all you need. You don't need nothing else. This is it.
Exactly. Now, Gianna, before we let you go, we want to do something really fun. Every show, we always have a little segment called our 30-second timeout. And so this is just essentially like a this or that type of circumstance. I have to tell myself, because I always want to explain my answers, because I'll be like, well, I like this, but I also, so it's just 30-second, no wrong answer. Pick which one fits you the best. And then at the end, if you want to have any discussion, feel free.
Okay,
So without
perfect.
further ado, we're going to hop right into it. We got the timer set, Keenan. We're going.
I don't know because I can't change it.
We can't change it. Okay. So I'll do it on my phone for now, so that way we can keep track. We'll fix it on the back end.
It's fine.
Yeah, we can fix it on the back. Let me pull up my little shot clock. I always say shot clock.
It's not a shot clock.
I know it's not.
It's a stopwatch.
It's not.
Yeah, we'll just do it.
Yeah,
that way.
we could just do it on the
it's
phone. Yeah, you ain't that way. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
So
You ready?
We
You got
have it
30
keyed up.
seconds?
We have 30 seconds keyed up. Gianna, are you ready?
Are you
I'm ready. I'm ready.
fine. All
Let's
right.
go.
Early morning workout or late night training session?
Late night training session.
Scoring a banger from distance or tapping in the game winner?
Tapping in the game winner.
New York pizza slice or Kansas City barbecue?
New York pizza slice, hands down.
Paperback or hardcover?
Paperback always.
Celebrating with a signature move or keeping it cool and composed?
Celebrating with a signature move.
Home cooked meal or post-match takeout?
Home cooked meal.
Calling family after a game or rewatching your highlights
time.
first? That's the last one.
Low key both. I don't know.
I feel like I could call you while I'm watching. That's what
Back, but I need to hear feedback as well.
I get it. Okay, that was a 30
Yes,
seconds.
that was
Thank you so much
See,
for
that
that.
wasn't too bad.
No, that was fun. I love those.
And she didn't explain a thing. See, look at
Right,
that.
like I said, she's a trained professional. I'd be up here like, but wait a
I really
minute.
want to explain. Like, I love paperbacks. Like, I will not buy a hardcover.
Really?
That is me. I have several hardcovers, but I don't open them. They're for display
No.
only.
They're just for looks, and they're way more
Yeah.
expensive than paperbacks too. So
It's hard to read a hardcover like in your
It is.
hands. It's difficult.
they're not
Because you can't bend it
You
back.
can't.
the
You
same
can't
way.
really
Yeah.
hold it good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like awkward.
That's
So
interesting.
she's me basically.
Right.
Except I cannot play soccer.
Right.
Play basketball.
Basketball.
Not really the same. Yeah.
And I was one. I'll cheer for you.
Okay,
I did
that's
cheerleading.
all we need. We
That's
got
what- I got
everything
you.
covered.
We got the
Thank
sports, and I'm gonna
you.
be like, "Let's go, varsity cheerleading!" Hey, listen,
Yay,
I was
sports.
somebody.
No.
I went to UCA camp and stuff. I was
Okay, you
back
got
in my
it. You
day,
got
back
it.
in my day. Okay,
That's, but you have to understand that you're still an athlete. That is
That's
not
true.
anything that a cheerleader is an
Thank
athlete.
you,
So yeah.
thank you.
All
Fill my
right.
bucket up. Well, Gianna, I want to really thank you so very much for joining us. This is so special for us, and we appreciate you because you were our very first guest. And like I said, I just love your energy, love the vibe, and the kind of person you are. You can just tell inside and out. You're an amazing athlete as well as human being. So I just wanted to personally thank you for joining us today. And then also everybody who's listening and watching, make sure that you go and follow my girl Gianna as well as the KC Current on socials. We got at KC Current and at Gianna, GIANNA PAUL _ So at Gianna Paul _ is our social handle. Make sure you show her some love, and make sure you also come out to the next match, April 4th. Okay,
Yes.
That's going to be the next home game for our KC Current. Make sure you come out and show support. You don't want to miss it because they are a vibe. I had so much fun.
A whole
at the last
vibe.
game. And now I'm gonna be always rooting. Not that I wasn't rooting before, but even more. Now that
No,
we
I
connect, I'll be
need
like,
a jersey.
come on, girl. Yeah, that's what I need to give me a
I
little
need
kick.
me a Paul jersey.
Yes, yes.
You guys are the best. I had so much fun.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. We hope you have a great rest of your day. And like I said, we'll be seeing
see
you.
you
We're gonna be
soon.
out there. We're gonna see
Yes.
you.
I'll be looking for you guys. I'll be upset if you're not there.
We're gonna be
We're
like,
gonna be there. We're gonna make sure you see us.
we're gonna be
Oh, I can't
yelling,
wait.
trying to find my hey.
I'm gonna be yelling at Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's me. No,
We'll make a sign.
That'll
Well,
be
thank you
perfect.
so much for taking time. I know you're super busy. I hope you get to get some good food tonight, some good dinner, relax, and get ready for your next match.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here.
Yay.
Thank you so
And
much,
anytime you want to
Gianna.
come back, come on, girl. You are more
Have
than
me
welcome. You're part of the
anytime.
family now.
I'll clear my schedule for you guys.
Yay.
Thank
We
you
love
so
it.
much.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
girl.
one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We are going to move to our next segment here, which is Flag on the Play. Flag on the Plizzy. Now, what we have today is Taylon Green. Now, he is calling out what he believes is a racial bias in the NFL draft process. Okay. Now, if you aren't familiar with who Taylon Green is, he's a dual threat quarterback and a top prospect for this year's 2026 NFL draft. And he's completing his collegiate career with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Okay. So that's where he's from. He's 6'6", 227. And he recently made big headlines because at the combine, he had a historic performance. He set multiple all-time records for quarterbacks in this year's combine. So that's who he is, if you weren't familiar with it. And he said that some teams have suggested that he switch positions. I believe he was on a podcast recently and kind of just shared his thoughts on things. And he said that, some teams have suggested he switch positions despite the fact that he has over 2,700 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, and he's the clear engine for the Arkansas Razorbacks, okay? A quote, "I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but I feel like they see my color and think I'm just a runner." Now, this ties in, and that's end quote, this ties into a bigger conversation that I brought up previously. I mentioned it, I believe it was on the Red Kingdom podcast last week. So shout out to them for having me on. And it was one of the things I just went ahead and said because, I've been vocal on this podcast as well about, I feel like there is a double standard as it pertains to quarterbacks. Historically, and we're just keeping a buck in the league, quarterbacks were generally white males.
Right.
And, the receivers or the running backs and stuff would be African-American, the line would be black, but you didn't have a lot of quarterbacks. And they used to say, and I would see it, you'd have a white quarterback and they'd say, oh, how smart he is, and he's just so good with this and that. And then when there's a black quarterback, it's, oh, how athletic he is. He's fast. He's a good, we've seen it with Lamar Jackson, how they'll say, okay, well, he's a good runner, but he's not a great quarterback or he can't throw. We've had it with Jalen Hurts where people don't want to give him the respect.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We even had it with Patrick Mahomes, who is biracial, but when you got black in
you,
black. You're black. Okay, they'll let you know real quick. You're black. And so he even doesn't get the respect with things. Now, we know he is the face of the league. He's undeniable talent. But with that, he still is held to a different standard that I believe Josh Allen isn't. When Patrick Mahomes makes a mistake, it's, oh, he's not good, or he's this and that, or he's washed, or he's, they figured him out. And then when Josh Allen doesn't do something well, then it's the supporting cast around him. There's no accountability or no type of standard that he's held to. But the other quarterbacks, they'll throw him away and say they're trash really quick before they say, well, maybe Patrick didn't have a line or he didn't have this. It's this quarterback is bad versus the other quarterbacks. They just need more help. Poor Josh. What can we do? And so that's something I feel is I agree with them about that. Mm-hmm. Black quarterbacks have historically been labeled as athletic versus intelligent. Yeah. Legends like Warren Moon, they had to prove themselves outside of the NFL first. And even today, like I said, that perception, that evaluation seems to sometimes be a little bit different. Yeah. And so I just wanted to bring that up because, like I said, that's something that I felt I've seen as well. And I personally think that it's still a real issue. I think we've definitely gotten...
Oh, yeah.
We've made strides, right?
Because
there are a lot of African-American quarterbacks in the league now, which we didn't see as often.
At all.
However, Keena, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about that? Do you think that that's a real thing? Do you think, okay, well, we're kind of past that, not so much? Or what's your thoughts on the quarterbacks and how they look at quarterbacks in the league?
What he's talking about, I'm sorry, will never be passed, probably. So I don't disagree. I'm not saying that he's wrong in the way that he feels because he's the one in this situation. Yes, right now we do have a ton of black quarterbacks, which is we've never seen before. But I still think they are looked at as the way that he said. Oh, yeah, he's fast. He's this, he's that. Not in the mindset, oh, he can really lead this team or he's just so intelligent. We don't have that. Like when they look at, and it's sad to say, when they look at anybody of color, it's in a different way than they look at someone else. So he played in the SEC. He had to be doing great. So but I do know in certain times that you do get asked to switch positions. I do know that. But I can't sit up here and say that he's incorrect on what he felt because it does happen.
Right. Right, it does. And so, like I said, I do think that we've made some strides in that. I think that the opportunity is there, but when it pertains to the media and how people view it, I do think that there is still some sort of a bias
Oh,
there.
for sure.
You know, they're looked at as the athletic, but not necessarily the smart one that's leading the team, type of thing.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
And Rob is going to kill me because Django is my favorite movie. It probably shouldn't be. But the movie is funny to me, so I enjoy the movie. But thinking of this, when I think of football, I look back and think about, the Mandingos. That's what sometimes I feel like they are looked at. And I hate thinking that because anytime I watch that movie, that's exactly what I think of. Their property. They want you to do what they want you to do. They don't believe you can do anything beyond be fast, be strong. But we can.
Yeah. And I just would challenge the media to, everybody has a microphone. They have their opinions and things like that. But just, I feel like the due diligence of the media is to give the facts. And then you can still slide your opinion in, but we're responsible for controlling a narrative.
Correct.
And when you have so many people that are on this narrative or this train and saying these things, then it perpetuates a standard that's not fair and that's not true. And so I just urge other people in the media, like when you speak on things or say things, have your stuff together. If you don't know, then just don't say nothing about it. But to say, oh, well, this person isn't this, or like, because I'll have these conversations all the time, arguing people in the comments about sports who you want to say something, but you don't know nothing. Oh, well, Patrick Mahomes ain't. Tell me what Patrick Mahomes' numbers was and compare it to your favorite quarterback and see how close they were when you talk about it ain't even close or this person's better. When you say Patrick Mahomes was bad, why is his numbers the same as your quarterback on his worst year, though? Like, so it's like people just want to say things or they'll jump on a hot ticket or a hot, and it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, so I just want, I can't control the trolls. People are going to troll and they're going to say, they're going to do. But just in terms of people who sit at the seat of media and who can put out the narratives that need to be out there, like, let's change that. Like, let's just stop being so negative on people all the time and focus on the positive. Yes, you got to cover. Sometimes there's a negative. You got to put it out there. Like, that's just life.
There's a way to do it, though.
There is a way to do it. And I think that everybody needs to do it with integrity and not just because you don't like a person. Like, I tell you all day, I don't fool with certain teams because just of the rivalry. Yeah. Not personally, but just because of the rivalry. But I'm going to give you your flowers. Y'all, we just talked about that. I am Mizzou through and through. I went to Mizzou and they teach you freshman convocation and stuff. You learn the history of the KU, MU, like all of that when Mizzou was in the Big 12. And so, yes, I have my loyalty where it lies, but I got to give KU their credit. They basketball team, and I know this year ain't as what it used to be back in the day, but they're still one of the best basketball teams in the NCAA. So it's like you got to give people their flowers, love them or hate them. And I just want people, it's okay to do that. Like, it's okay.
They struggle with that. I don't know why everybody wants to be controversial.
Everybody want the clicks.
And that's exactly what it is. But I will never be that person. I'll never be the person that, let me start an argument so people can look at this.
Yes.
No, because that's not who I am. And I'm never going to take on a take that I honestly don't believe in just to get views.
Listen, I ain't going to do it. I'm just going to say I was watching a show on ESPN one day. This was several months ago. And it was, of course, talking about the Chiefs. And she pretty much said, like, well, I'm just going to say, like, she didn't even believe what she was saying. And I said, well, maybe is that what they doing? Like somebody, and I get you want to be complete, give all sides. Yeah. But it's like, if that ain't what you feel, that ain't what you feel. I'm going to say, listen, I don't agree with that. Like, it's like they were picking things just to have an alternate way to spin it.
Right.
And it's like, but this ain't even a fair argument. Like, what you're talking about don't even make sense. Like, why are you being a contrarian just to be?
Yeah.
Like, the boy is good. Like, you just picking something. And you could tell, like, and that's why I felt like it was one of those, okay, I'm having to take this take, even though I don't agree with it. I'm going to play the devil's advocate and say this, even though it sounds absolutely ridiculous. I'm tired of that. Like, you don't got to say it. If it's ridiculous, just leave it alone. Like, why do we have to be talking crazy?
We don't have to hear ridiculousness, okay?
Yes. Give me a real take. And if you ain't got it, then you ain't got to say nothing.
No.
And there's that.
And there it is.
We're moving on to Cincinnati. Here we go. So, with that being said, thank y'all for letting me get off my chest. See how I get riled up easy. Just keep going.
That's okay.
We're going to move along to our Women's History Month segment. We're still in the month of March. And Keena, you have a wonderful, fantastic lady to share with the listeners.
I do.
Okay, let's go.
So let's move on to somebody that is doing amazing things in sports. So we have the Nicole Lynn. So today we honor a woman whose influence has transformed the world of sports, leadership, and representation. Nicole Lynn is just not a trailblazer. She is the blueprint. As president of football operations at Clutch Sports Group, she has redefined what power, preparation, and presence look like in an industry that wasn't built for women, and especially not for Black women. Yet she stepped into that space with excellence, and the entire sports world had no choice but to take notice. And it's not even just the looks, because she is T.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
But it's the mind and the way that she moves. So her client roster speaks for itself. Nicole represents some of the biggest names in football, including Jalen Hurts, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in NFL history, Myles Garrett, Quinnen Williams, Bijan Robinson, and many, many more. These aren't just clients, but athletes who trusted her vision, her strategy, and her ability to advocate for them at the highest level.
Dope.
But Nicole's impact goes far beyond the contracts she negotiates. She leads with intention, which is something that we do here. She shows young women, especially young Black women, that you can be powerful and polished, ambitious and authentic, and also strategic and soft. She proves that you don't have to shrink to fit in a room. You can expand the room to fit you instead.
I love that.
And she does it while pouring into others by mentoring, speaking, writing, and opening doors that were once closed. Like doors that were once closed for us are open. She's a reminder that representation isn't symbolic, it's transformational. So today, during Women's History Month, we celebrate Nicole Lynn, not just for what she has accomplished, but for what she continues to make possible. She's a force, a visionary, and a living example of what happens when women lead with courage and clarity. And you remember last time when I talked about Asia Wilson, when Black women lead, everybody eats. So here's to Nicole Lynn, a woman who's making history right now. Yes.
That deserves air horn. Shout out to her.
It sure does.
That's so important. You know, like Keena mentioned, there's been so much change and growth in this arena, but it hasn't always been that way.
Right.
And so women like her open the door for people like us, our children, you know, underneath us. Like, it's just so important and so key. And we know that the talent is there, the ability is there, but finally being able to have that opportunity and to be out front and be the face is just amazing. So shout out to her for everything that she's done and how she continues to change the game, and to all the other women just like her that are out here being bosses and doing it.
We love to see
we
it.
See you.
We love it.
Yes, yes. So now we get to move on to our fun segment, which is our tunnel fits and flashing. What's flashing? Somebody know?
A flop and flashing. Right? I said a flop and flashing.
All these tongue twisters. I need to get my anchorman. How now, brown cow? How now? Practice.
Oh, wow.
Tunnel fits and fashion flips. There we go. Now, who we got today, Keena? We got a lineup of 3 new people.
We do. So we're going to start off with Coy Bethune. She is new to the KC Current this year. She was with the Washington Spirit, and I got one of her ex-Washington Spirit teammates on here as well. But what do you think of her look? Because I'm obsessed.
I actually like that a lot. I like it a lot. I like the shorts, the shirt, the whole look.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It is. It's definitely. I love the way even her hair is.
Yeah,
in this
that's
with the sunglasses.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, I love it.
Picture.
It was her first. I was at the home opener, her first game with the KC Current. She did get her a goal too.
Yep, she did. She did.
She looks good, so we like that outfit.
The Current, I'm telling you, they're gonna be back.
Don't play with the Current.
This year, I think this is the year. I'm always optimistic, and I'll just be saying, I just feel it. Yeah. They got a really talented squad, so
Definitely
I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
All
but
right.
I love it.
So Steph Curry.
All right.
Steph just hanging out on the sidelines because he can't play.
He's got his what's it, Brawny? What's it, the Timberland? What you call it? The people that cut the. What's them people?
Oh, a lumberjack.
Lumberjack. I said the Timberlake.
Like
but those are the boots. The Timberlake.
Those are probably, yeah.
But, okay, so this isn't a bad outfit for me. I think it's cute. There's nothing wrong with this at all.
Right.
This looks comfy, cozy. Is it flashy? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like he's just chilling today. And he's been sidelined for a minute, so I don't expect every day to be. And that's really not Steph anyway, right? Like, he's not super duper flashy.
Steph is not flashy at all.
So this is right on par for who he is. And I'm all for that. Like, stay true to who you are. You ain't got to be, if you ain't normally loud, you ain't got to start being loud. Like, this is a nice outfit. I'm sure it probably costs a lot, because a lot of these things that don't look like they don't have the labels and stuff all over them, those be some of the most expensive things. But, yep,
I want those
typical
pants,
Steph.
of course.
Little cargos.
Yeah.
Are those pockets at the bottom, or that's just the way?
It's just the
pleats
way
are?
they're
Or
made.
the
Because what are you
waist
putting
forward?
in pockets down there?
But doesn't it kind
Are
of
there
look like it?
toddlers going to get down there and get in there? Because I'm not bending down there.
If you sit down, like, okay, so I'm sitting down. If I just do like this, then that would be dope to have a pocket right there.
Pockets, because I feel like
That's
there's
easier
a flap
to
there.
access than like my
Yeah,
hips.
the ones up here.
Just
Yeah.
be like, psh.
But Steph ain't got nothing in them pockets.
And then you can't have them too heavy because then it'll weigh your pants down.
Yeah.
It'll be falling off your waist.
Ain't nothing in them pockets.
Okay. But it just looked like they were pockets. So
Yes, but Steph, get better soon, please. The basketball world misses you on the court. And last but not least, we have the highest paid woman in soccer, Trinity Rodman from the Washington Spirit. What do you think of her look? And it's crazy because, I mentioned that they were teammates.
Yeah.
And it's like the shorts and the jacket
I was
match.
going to say, they got from the same collection.
Yeah.
And I feel like, shout out to Q with Gobart, they have a jacket that's kind of that
Yes,
same,
they do.
like cowhide type print. So that's actually a really dope print. So I like that. I wish I could zoom in. She's got the high, for those that can't see it, she's got on some black pants that are above the ankle. So they're intentional high waters, if you will.
Yeah.
Like the little 3/4 length pants.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I can't really see what the shoes are. It looks like she has on black boots.
She does.
I really love the jacket.
Yes.
Always a good fitted cap. You can't go wrong with that. So I like it.
I don't know about
do
the
like it.
gloves. You like the gloves?
She got gloves. Okay, I couldn't tell if her hands were in her pockets
No,
or
those
what. I
are
need
gloves.
to zoom in, honey.
Those are like studded
I got
gloves.
on glasses, but they ain't reading glasses. So I'm like, what's going on?
She got on like some studded gloves. I'm not a huge fan
I
of the
can see 'em
gloves
now.
with the outfit, but
At first, I thought those were like the pocket. Okay, let me
she's
scoot back up.
holding it.
Yeah, I thought those were the pockets of the jacket. So no, those are her gloves, and she's holding. I'm not against the gloves. I would want to see them a little closer up. Like, are they fingerless gloves? Are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
But just in that frame, in that photo, I think it looks good.
Yeah, Trinity got a lot of money now, so she can wear what she want to wear.
Paid.
And we love to see it for the women in sports.
Yeah.
So,
So that's not bad. That's
Nobody-
the same.
I
Now,
didn't-
did they have that the same day? Trinity
no,
and-
I think Trinity played before
Okay.
Croy did.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just weird to see that the outfits are kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
wonder if it's the same
cowhide.
collection or
Maybe.
different designers and that's just in. That's
Yeah.
what's on trend.
I love it.
Yes, honey. All right. Well, there is that. So we are going to move on to our closing huddle. Kina, what do we have coming up this week?
Like this weekend, we have the Lakers versus the Magic Saturday at 7 p.m. and also the Heat versus the Rockets at 8 p.m. And those are Eastern times. I don't want to give anybody the wrong times. And then the Timberwolves versus the Celtics Sunday at 8 p.m.
Yep. And then on the Kansas City front, our next KC Current home game is going to be Sunday. Not home game, just the next KC Current game is going to be on Sunday, March 22nd at 1 p.m. against the Chicago Stars. We also have Sporting KC. They're going to take on Colorado this Saturday at 7:30. Keena and I will be in the building for that matchup. So we'll have some breakdown to share with you on the next episode. And they're also going to be doing kind of a retro themed night. Like they're going to talk about the Wizards, if anybody remembers when Kansas City Wizards.
Yep.
So they'll do that. They'll have some fun activations going on. So it should be a great time.
And the weather's going to be nice. It's
Is
cold
this
right
gonna be
now.
the 80 degree day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Last time I went to when did I go to the sporting game? About 2 weeks ago?
Yes,
And I could have worn my fur. It was that cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then also at T-Mobile Center on Saturday, and this is before the sporting game, it's about at 2 p.m., the Harlem Globetrotters are going to be in Kansas City. So I'll be going to that, taking the fam. So I'm excited to see the Globetrotters in action. If you guys want to go, they still have tickets available, I believe. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure they do.
Just check.
But yes, check, because it's going to be a fun time. Great for all the family and anyone who wants to come out and see some fun basketball. All right, so I'm going to close us out here with our song of the week. As we mentioned, March Madness is in full swing. It had kicked off this week,
Yes.
so we hope everybody got their brackets. Get ready, because we already know it's going to be some crazy stuff happening throughout the next few weeks. But in spirit of that, in honor of that, I figured I'm going to drop this March Madness. by
I
Future.
love that song so much.
It's a classic.
I love that song
It still
so
gets
much.
the people going.
It does.
Every day, like it still works. So what better song than March Madness, because it's that time. We in full effect.
It's time.
So, Kina, if you got anything else you want to tell the people before we sign
I
off?
don't.
Get some rest.
We're trying to get some rest. Take care of yourself.
That's
That's one
right.
thing I want to tell people. just take care of yourself. Just self-care is important.
It really is.
Taking care of your body is important. Making sure you get enough rest is important. Drink your water.
Yes.
Take care of yourself.
They tell you on the plane, you can't put anyone else's mask on until you put your mask on first. You got to make sure that you're together so that you can go and do and be for everybody else.
Yep.
Hello, moms, dads, everybody, aunts, uncles, grandparents, whoever. You got to make sure you take care of yourself.
Agreed.
And so with that being said, we want to thank you all for tuning in to another installment of the Polished Playbook podcast.
That's
Make sure that you right. Oh yeah, we got to add that in. We got to add the glass clink. Make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe. Once again, we are on all platforms that you consume podcasts. So we are on YouTube for the folks that like to watch alone. I love watching. I like the visuals.
I do
That's
like the
my
visuals.
fave.
Yeah.
But if you like to listen on the go, we're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Amazon,
Everywhere.
You name it. We're everywhere.
Wow.
Okay? You like that? You didn't like it? No. Don't do that next time. Okay. Okay. Listen, hey,
Y'all don't understand. She's very
learn.
random. She's very random, and I love it. I love it.
See, that's just getting to know me.
Very
I'm
random.
just do what I'm gonna do. But thank you for following us. Make sure you follow on Instagram at the Polished Playbook Pod. And a very, very, very special thank you to none other than Miss Gianna Paul.
Yes.
That interview was everything. She is such an amazing person. So shout out to her. Thank you so much for joining us. And this will be a commemorative episode, our very first guest. There's more to come. So until next time, peace.